of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next is approval of minutes from September 3, 2014. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved.
Motion was made by Brian and seconded by Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. In terms of the agenda, there will be no executive session tonight, so number 13 for land acquisition will be stricken. And with that one change, is there a motion to approve
So
the
moved.
agenda? So moved by Brian, seconded by Ryan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. I have no new communications or correspondence tonight. Public comment? No public comment. Old business. Is there any appointments to boards or commissions? We do have an opening now on our Planning and Zoning Commission. Mr. Kenny, Alan Kenny, has resigned. So we will be be in need of an appointment. There are 2 alternates that serve on Planning and Zoning right now. And I know that they would certainly be interested in any appointments. So keep that in mind. The next is under new business, appeal of denial of electrical permit for Carlson Welding. And I think we have members of our audience here tonight. Thank you for coming. And Mary Dickerson is here as well. And maybe, Mary, you could give us a little backdrop of Carlson Welding. Mary had shared some information with us, and I believe I put it in their packets, Mary, so they have
Okay.
some background, but maybe you could highlight for us.
Mary Dickerson, Economic Development Consultant for the Town of Portland. Back in July, I was contacted by Marcy, Rob's business manager at Carlson Welding, and at that point, she said she was going to look at a building at 80 Main Street, but that they were outgrowing their space. And to give you some background, Carlson Welding is one of the real superstars of the DCD lending program that they started. The intent of the program was to help small businesses to grow with small loans that allowed them to leverage that into new jobs and benefit the towns. Carlson took what was really a relatively small loan for DCD, and out of that, they've created 3 new full-time jobs, significant salaries and benefit packages. These are jobs that families can live on, not just, entry-level wages. So in doing so, they've increased their workload, and they've outgrown their space on Freestone Avenue. So when Marcy got in touch with me in July, she gave me parameters of what she needed, which was roughly 5,000 square feet, plus office space, overhead doors, 8 to 10 parking spaces. And I did the usual search that I do. I use the site selector that CERC provides for us, as well as local real estate agents. We did not have anything that fit their need. What I had was a couple of developers in IP zones that were getting ready to put new buildings up. The buildings were not permitted, the plans were not complete, so we're really looking at the minimum, a 12 to 18-month timeline to get them into place. In the interim, Marcy had gone down and looked at the space at 80 Main Street, and it really was a good fit for them. The issue with the building is the owners have some back taxes due to the town, and so they are not allowed to issue permits for that property. So the appeal is really twofold. Carlson is a fantastic business that if they cannot find a space in Portland, they're going to have to go somewhere else. They just have too much work. They have, a great staff. I think it's a very valuable business for Portland to have just from their growth potential. But at the same time, we have a property that has had some financial issues over the past few years. There was a death of an owner that resulted in some mortgages coming due that they've paid. And they've done a really good job in getting their mortgages paid off and doing reorganizing, and the taxes are really their last step to becoming solvent. So I think in the appeals process, it really offers 2 opportunities. One is to keep an excellent business in Portland, which one of the things I hate the most about running out of space is giving our good businesses away to other towns. They all love me. I don't like doing that. The other thing is it allows a building owner who is really trying hard to get that building back to the standard that it should be, to have some income to be able to pay those taxes and to become current. My understanding is there's a payment due from 2012 and then a payment due from 2013. So going through this process, I think the process is important, and I think the appeal is there for a reason. And I think the reason the appeal is there is a situation just like this, where we don't want to lose a business that's valuable to the town of Portland, that's providing jobs, that continues to grow. And at the same time, I don't feel that we are the kind of town that is going to say to an owner of an industrial business, you're trying, but we're not going to help you in that process. And I think this appeals process allows us to help them to generate some income to get them to that point that they need to be. So are there any questions from anybody? I'm more than
I have a
happy.
question.
Kathy?
First of all, is 80 Main Street, does that say B and B on it?
Yes,
or is-
it does.
Okay, just so I know what building
It
that
does.
is. And then, would they still own it and Carlson wants to rent it?
Carlson would be leasing a space in there.
Okay.
So what they will be leasing is an industrial space. The building is cut up into separate units, so it's not the entire building.
Okay.
It would be the portion when you come down around the circle under the bridge and take a right as you're
Yes.
going down towards our dog pound. It would be that section that has frontage. So for them, it's a great location because it allows them to be seen from the
Sure.
road. It puts them as part of the Brownstone Industrial Park. Currently, they're on that small industrial area off of Freestone Avenue.
Yep.
And they're in a very crowded, multi-tenant building where parking has been an issue. So this solves a lot of their problems, but at the same time, for the 80 Main Street building, it's really helping them to get back on their feet
Right.
again.
Right, so it helped both of them.
Mhm.
And could I just ask, how long have you been in business in Portland, or? Yeah,
This is-
sorry.
This is my fourth.
I don't know
year.
who's who.
This
Okay.
is my fourth year.
Okay, nice.
It's been a good move for us. to
Done
come to
very
Portland.
well. Yeah, that's
Centrally
great.
located.
That's nice.
Carl?
How much taxes are due? What's the amount in taxes?
I believe it is, that's not in your packets?
I haven't got through it all yet.
Okay. Fred, I can't hear you.
I see.
I know that it was submitted to me, I believe it's 22,000.
Roughly
22,000.
20,000.
About roughly 20,000,
20,000.
yes. And also in your packets is a copy of the ordinance that is in our books, and that's why we're bringing this to you, because the first selectman cannot waive this requirement. It's waived by the Board of Selectmen.
I'd like to move adoption of the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
Discussion?
Yeah, I still have a couple questions.
Sure.
How many square feet were they looking to occupy?
Mary, do you know?
The request that I had was for 5,000 square feet.
5,000 square feet?
Yep, within industrial zone, with city water, city sewer,
Yeah,
gas access, an overhead door, and 8 to 10 designated parking spaces, and then a separate office space.
and they're doing a firm lease 1 year?
How long is your lease
Yes.
term? 5?
It's white.
Yeah, come on.
Maybe it's missing from the packet. I'm sorry, I have extras.
That's okay.
My name is Peter Vankowski. I'm the owner, one of the owners of 80 Main Street, so I can answer some of your
Okay.
questions. It's embarrassing to be here today, but people that know that are in business know how to play the shuffle game of robbing Peter to pay Paul. I do own B&B Equipment, which is a manufacturer of pig packing equipment. And this year has been kind of slow for me. So we had the opportunity to be able to rent out more of our facility. Carlson's actually going to be taking 6,000 square feet. I also have a co-partner, owner of the complex, Ms. Chafee, that wants to bring her business in here also, which is out of Middlefield, which is a high-end car restoration facility. This is also good for the town, and that's almost 7,500 square feet. So the opportunity arose to rent out more space, and when our back's against the wall, sometimes you got to rethink things. And I'm constantly in a situation where business is good, and then it gets slow, and then all of a sudden you have a cash flow problem, and that's part of the reason why I have a problem with my taxes. By doing this, not only will I bring business back into Portland, which I'm happy about because I'm a resident my whole life here, it will help me financially in my business to bring my business to another level. It'll be the first time that we have all that rented out. And it's just a great opportunity, and it was really timing that caused this. Mr. Carlson was looking for a spot. I happened to have a spot. I was in this situation. We talked about it as partners, and we thought this was the best move forward to progress in our business, both businesses. And ironically, since all this has gone on, my other business is starting to spin more work. So you just never know. So I appreciate anything that the town can do for me. I've been here for 20 years. My father's and mother lived in this town their whole life. I'm not trying to run away from a situation. I'm really trying to rectify it and rectify my cash flow issues. And it's embarrassing, as I said, sometimes, but it's reality. And I appreciate anything that you guys can do for me today in regards to this. I appreciate you listening to me.
Yeah.
And if there's any
I
questions-
do have a question. Could I finish, Mark?
I'm sorry, go
That's
ahead.
okay, I just wanted to ask while he's here. So you have like 6,000 square feet, and he's gonna be on the lease?
Yes.
Is that a triple net lease, or is it gross lease?
Yes, triple A.
Triple net. So you'll be collecting the taxes from basically out of his?
Well, yeah, through the whole total is for everything, yes, correct.
So it's like gross lease. What I'm saying here is I empathize with him, and I hope he does well. We don't need anything. We're here to help businesses and to bring new businesses and to grow. That's great. I'm just trying to get some kind of a payment or something from the money that you'll be getting in from him back to the town. So if it's like a triple where he's paying his own taxes or his portion of the taxes of the 6,000 square feet, which that rent money could be allocated back to the town. So he's paying off your debt and also, get you back here in town, keep working and put you back.
What I plan on getting this
something.
paid off relatively fast. I mean, if hopefully I could do something by the end of this month, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But by getting these people in, the monies that I get for the securities and all that can go directly to the town to get this thing rectified and get it all taken care of.
Well, that's what I'm looking for, some kind of a,
So you're looking for a commitment, and I want to say,
Exactly.
yes, I'll do it right now. I can say that I plan on, if I can allow these people to come in to my facility, these actually two companies, I believe I can get this done relatively quick, within the next month or so.
yeah, even not to come in, I mean, at least just some kind of good faith monthly payments, at least of what you'd be getting for the rent, that should be allocated portion towards our taxes to keep us at least current.
Whatever the town needs me to do, I will work with you in any way I can.
And Mr. Bankowski has discussed this with me, and we have suggested this process to be brought to you, and we had the same discussion on the phone previously.
Yes.
And I know there's been other times in terms of debt that has been repaid by this particular property owner, and I have great faith in you, as well as Carlson Welding, and as well as, is it? E-Muscle, which is another business that will be coming into this building. And it's really a nice thing to hear that our economic development coordinator is able to come here and tell us that we have two businesses moving into this facility to add to your business.
I just want
as
to add
well.
one thing, as far as a business owner, sometimes this is going to be a really good financial move due to the fact that we filled this building, and it's not
Yes.
vacant. And it's a step in the right direction. I feel very confident that it will rectify any of my problems that I've had with the town ever regarding,
How many square feet is your building?
it's about 48,000.
Big building.
And right now, to be totally honest with you, if you could come up with a way to save me money on oil, I'd listen to a lot of options, because that's probably hurt me more than anything.
Get the
When-
natural gas down there.
Well, the problem with natural gas is someone has the hand on the knob, and that concerns me.
Ah,
So, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but it's just, there's options.
think about it.
I have, and matter of fact, I'm thinking of multiple fuels, because I can
That's
do
good,
that with the
yeah.
type of system I have in my building. So, again, I appreciate it, and I'm trying everything I can to try to turn this around, so I hope you understand, and I appreciate listening to me tonight. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you
Thank-
both
thank you
coming
for-
tonight, all three
Any
of
other
you.
questions?
Yeah,
Any
well,
questions?
excuse me.
One-
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Go
Let
ahead,
me
you're
just
not
finish,
finished.
yeah, let me just finish. please.
Sure.
So, I thank you for your time, and I hope we get things, but I would like to see some kind of reassurances where we're getting some tax money on a monthly basis, at least what's due,
Okay. I will, that's,
on a minimal.
Fred?
Yeah, no question, just a comment. Thanks, Mary, for your work, too. As being a former chairman of economic development, I'm always very happy to see the town start to look like it's business-friendly.
Amen.
And the perception of being business-friendly is very important. So to allow the existing businesses to expand in town is a great thing, and I think it's a good idea, and we should do it.
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you very much. And again, just being a long-term resident of this town, I want nothing better, but the best for this town, because I grew up here, so I feel the same way. So, thank you very much.
Thank
for your
you.
time.
I move the question.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Mr.
luck with
Wilson.
your respective
Thank you.
businesses.
Yes. Come back and tell us some of your success stories.
Yes.
And thank you, Mary, as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Nice
Mary.
job. Okay, I think we have a few more things tonight. Let's see, we have a retirement of our Portland Police K-9 Jesse. And I wanted to bring this to your attention, and there is a resolution within here. Peter Pieranzino called me recently through Lieutenant Millardo and indicated that he will not be having Jesse with him anymore. And Jesse will be residing with Alyssa Larson of Police Dog Center, Connecticut. And what I'm asking is, excuse me, that we have your permission to donate this dog that would be all the responsibilities, care, and liability of ownership to this adopter. And we will no longer have Jesse with us. There is a blue sheet in here for your consideration.
Can I ask why?
The dog is getting a little bit older. It's not finished with its abilities in terms of service. However, it's training. It needs to be brushed up on training. And Officer Pieranzino felt that he was not able at this point to continue the training, and he felt that Alyssa would be able to do better training for the dog.
How old is the dog?
The dog is approximately, I want to say 5 or 6 years old. Probably another 3 years with the appropriate brushing up of his skill set. And Alyssa may make this dog available by donating it to another police force. We tried to find another police force, and there was none at this time. There may be some opportunity in Massachusetts and/or state police. So I wanted to make sure this is brought to your attention, and with your permission, the dog will be adopted to Alyssa Larson of the Police Dogs. Is there further questions?
So moved. Waive reading.
Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Kathy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. And we have refund of excess payments.
Move that, is it William B.P. Donahue Con, or?
We
Is
copy
that
it the
how
way that it's written from
Yeah.
the collector of revenue.
Okay, be refunded $45.28.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Move that Keith W. Boyce or Lori G. Boyce be refunded $24.91.
Second.
Second by Brian. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Is this the, Wayne Chapman, isn't that the bounty hunter?
No way.
Yeah, Chap.
Yeah. I move that Wayne S. Chapman or Margaret D. Chapman be refunded $28.19.
Is there a
Second.
second? Seconded by Brian. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Move that Robert J. Bazzano be refunded $19.20.
Second.
Seconded by Brian. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Move that Mark Guen or Karen Guen be refunded $25.48.
Second.
Seconded by Brian. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Move that ARI Fleet LT be refunded the sums of $401.58 and $634.01.
Second.
Seconded by Brian. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Under status and committee reports, I do have an update in terms of our water and sewer topic. And that is that a representative from the Metropolitan District Commission will come October 1 rather than October 17. So what I'm asking is that we flip. He was unavailable on the 17th. Will be Scott Jellison. And he felt that he would very much like to come and discuss primarily our current relationship and what kinds of services MDC and Portland share at this point. I pointed out to him there is no proposal on the table at this point, and that we are doing our best to look at our water and sewer divisions in terms of their operations. So he will be here October 1, and on October 17, we will then talk about rates. And Tom and I have 15, thank you, Kathy, 15 of October. And we have put together some preliminary numbers and comparison with other institutions that provide water and sewer services in our area. So we'll be able to give you an update on that at that time. In the meantime, the Water and Sewer Subcommittee, Mr. Jellison did ask if there were any members that would be willing to meet with him previous to October 1 so that he can perhaps get the right amount of information. And I don't know whether the committee plans to meet. Certainly if one or two of you could come to my office, we could certainly have a meeting with Mr. Jellison. So I'll be in touch with the committee to see if we will post that as a meeting and move forward with that. Public comment? Informal discussion. I did present to the selectmen an updated list of the blight properties. Lincoln gave this to me, and it includes the property address, the nature of the violation, the inspection dates, as well as follow-up and/or resolution of the case. So there's your list, and as
Thank
you're
you.
welcome, as you have time to look at it, let me know what questions you have. We'll be glad to answer them for you specifically or in a general discussion. And that is all that I had under informal discussion. Mark?
Beautiful. Could you give us a status update on the Route 17 project? When is that anticipated to be done?
You mean the
The bridge,
17A?
17A.
Carbrook. That, the Carbrook Bridge project should be finished on or about October 1, which is their intention. And then Mr. Gustafson from the DOT said to me, when is the Portland Fair? And I told him it's 10, 11, and 12 of October. And he said we will be done before that, and there will be the ability to egress and go over.
I saw that, yeah.
Maybe not everything will be finished, but he certainly indicated that the majority of the project and the project will be passable. David, did you have any updates on that? I know you've been.
We've been filming out there. We've got photo galleries on the town website, dated.
Oh, do you?
Yes. So you can kind of see. They still got a lot of work to do, but, you know, so they say they're close.
Now, do you know, either Susan or David, that there were two pull-off areas where
Yes.
people would sit by the river, but the growth had gotten quite high. Do you know if that's been cut back?
They aren't touching it.
Could we ask them to?
They took down a number of trees.
Well, I mean, they, right around the bridge area. they
Yeah,
did.
on the riverside.
On the riverside, yeah.
They took down quite a few of those
But,
trees.
You know, when you say the
So that
pull-off
people can
areas,
park there and enjoy the river?
Yes, they can still do that.
Is it the view better than it was before they
He's
started?
indicated to me that it is much better.
Good.
I mean, they cleared the brush on either side of the bridge. and
Right.
so forth, but I know that there's kind of two pull-off areas. The first one,
Right.
they didn't really do much up there.
Could we ask them to?
We can ask them to, certainly.
Thank you. I think people enjoy those spots.
They're beautiful, yeah. He did assure me that there still be the pull-off near that bridge area. And they did pull out a lot of the trees right in that area, but as you're indicating, Dave, further down, there's another area. Yep. And just to reiterate what Dave said, in case it wasn't picked up by the microphones, there is a gallery on the website that does provide some of the pictures associated with the repair of this bridge.
We also did a video of that up there unloading one of those big precast sections.
I
so-
did see that.
It's interesting that some bridges can be done on the weekend,
Yeah.
and others take
Take
months,
years.
Well, yeah, exactly.
but whatever.
Any other questions or comments? There will be, just for your information, next season, Route 17A, which is Main Street, will be repaved. And I'm going to be meeting with some of the business owners, those that have pull-offs with parking that's
Where is it? I'm
paved.
sorry.
17A, all of 17A will be repaved next season, in
Okay.
2015. So we need to meet with them and let them know that if they choose to, it would be a good idea to redo their paving prior to the road being paved. The DOT will pave from gutter line to gutter line on Route 17A in 2015. And as you know, they redid 17, they repaved 17.
When
They
are
did a
they
nice
doing
job.
that, in 2015?
20, would be the paving season. It's typically anywhere from July to September.
So let people know soon.
So they can make plans,
So they can do it.
right? I don't know that there's any other projects that I'm aware of that are planned from DOT. Anything else? No? Are we ready? I don't have
Move to
anything
adjourn.
on follow-up. Move,
Second.
motion made by Mark, seconded by Kathy to
Have to
adjourn.
do something constructive.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you.
Good job, Mark.
And for all your information, this meeting was streamed live out on the internet.
Oh, great.
And I was
Wow.
watching
Are you
before.
making
We
any
went from
faces?
no viewers to one. Then we doubled it with two, and then we dropped back down to zero. Yeah, it was pretty exciting.
And
watching.
you must have had prior notice, because you're all dressed up tonight.
I know, Brendan. No, I'm just kidding.